actually might work. Ladies and gentlemen, we're really excited because we are live officially on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different output, like 7 different channels from Facebook, LinkedIn, Vimeo, YouTube. We're pretty sure we're the first people ever. Well, we are live everywhere. Test and social life. Oh man, why does it say test?
Oh, is that what you put for the?
No, I did. I don't know.
You guys are gonna see all this live, right?
And
we are live on LinkedIn too. Let's see. Yeah, that's working.
LinkedIn's good.
LinkedIn's good.
Holy cow! So if you're just joining
Megan,
us,
what's up on LinkedIn?
We are literally joining, or we're trying a brand new app that we just got. Sure enough, no. See the title there is we're making history.
Yeah, no,
we're making history. Great audio. Dal's there. We got 17, 18. Wow. People on LinkedIn. Hey, thanks so much for joining us. So if you're hanging out with us this afternoon, we're literally doing something that has never been done. Jason and I were excited about this. So there's a software, would you call it? A service called Social Live, and it would never be it wouldn't be alive unless my phone goes off. But this service is called Social Live, allows you to stream to all different platforms. Now, I want to be very clear. This probably isn't going to be something anybody who's watching is going to be doing very soon. But because Jason and I have a very wide audience from LinkedIn to YouTube, Vimeo in particular is our platform for the community, which many of you have heard about. Very exciting. If you want to join the community, definitely reach out. It's great. You guys rock. Thanks, Megan. I appreciate that. So this is pretty cool. YouTube works perfect. So this is pretty cool. I'm pretty stoked about it. I'm like little kid again. Can't even talk.
So we are live on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Vimeo. And so why I'm looking at my phone is because we're going to each channel. Now, we were going to do Twitter too, but we would have to do it through Periscope. And honestly, like
anybody who's dealt with Periscope is like, sorry, Twitter, no offense.
Sorry, Twitter, but
Periscope is no bueno.
It's a hard pass on Periscope.
So and then you can't go live. You actually can't go. Can you see the chat on YouTube? I can't yet. We're trying to pull it up.
Yeah, so I can't see it on. Well, unfortunately, I don't have. Actually, let me try.
Story. So
I could check it out.
If you're hanging out with us, guys, that's. We apologize because we're testing it right now. So that's what we're kind of excited about. This is
it says it's live.
Yeah,
on YouTube. No,
on YouTube.
I'm on it right now. Yeah.
Can you see the comments?
Hold on. Give me a sec.
So again, guys, if you're hanging out with us for the very first time, we're just playing with this, getting used to it.
No, I see the comments.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, that's sweet.
This is really cool, guys. Yeah, this is really exciting. So I'm gonna go to Shred Media as well. I'm gonna go
on YouTube.
Yeah, on YouTube. So guys, if you know anything about me, I'm terrible when it comes to actually so where do you find the actual?
Just go to your YouTube app.
I'm there.
And then type in Shred Media in the search box and you'll see the Shred Media channel and it will say live, then tap in the video.
Media.
Hey, Randall, what's up? Fern, thanks for joining.
Sure, no.
So I'm on LinkedIn now. So for you guys that are watching, I'm on the LinkedIn. So that's why we didn't just go live so you guys could watch us stare at our phones.
We're testing it.
We're testing all this stuff.
Like I said, we've been testing a lot of different services and tools. People ask us all the time what we're using as the industry and everything continues to evolve, being able to bring you the latest, the greatest when it comes to streaming, because a lot of people, we're so far behind in the mortgage and real estate industry. Like streaming is such a big thing outside of the industry, but now you're going to have opportunities, as Jason and I talk about a lot. Yep. Document, don't create. So when you have streaming capability, you can document a lot of what you're doing, and people actually like it. If I've talked about this before on some of my lives, but some of you know my brothers are gamers, big gamers, and the streaming world in the game community is just it's a huge thing. So it's cool to be able that we actually can stream to all these multiple channels, and you guys can too. But I want to talk about this, and Jason, maybe we talk about this for a minute because
this is Social Live, right?
Yes, this is Social Live.
Okay.
This is Social Live. Many of you guys know that we've dealt with a couple other incredible platforms. So Switcher Studio, Switchboard,
Wirecast.
There are some great tools and services out there.
Yep.
We're really finding out which one is the most user friendly. There's a few that are definitely, they're a little bit more difficult. You have to be a little more savvy when it comes to tech, but Social Live, we've probably spent maybe an hour on it, maybe an hour and a half this afternoon.
Yeah, it took some time to figure out.
Definitely took some time, but
it's pretty cool.
I say now that we've been able to figure it out, you can actually see, so right above me, you can see our icon right here. You can do custom templates
on LinkedIn. At least the video went. Okay, now it's back. Okay.
See, so again, that's why we want to test it. Being able to stream over multiple platforms. Plus, if you're joining me from our different Facebook pages, so I went from my personal page, I went from Josh Pitts Live to our Shred pages. So the fact that we can do that all in one broadcast, as many of you actually know, a lot of times, many of you do live video or do video and you have to share it out to every single one. With Social Live, you can do it all at the same time, which is really cool. And you can actually even do it with a guest, which is even more exciting. And Jason and I are going to test that again tomorrow to where you can not only have a guest, but from what we understand, and this is probably one of the coolest things that we've heard, you can actually have it live on that guest's page. Now, let me kind of explain that. So usually if you're a guest on somebody's show, they tag you in it, and then you can go and share it. But from what we understand, some of the capabilities and the technology, you can actually create a custom live video from the app, from the tool here in Social Live directly on your feed, which is so cool because that catches the audio, your audience as well, not just the tag, but it catches. It's literally like going live. We're going live for you, but it's going live on your page.
So so for example, if you want to have guests and you want to actually leverage their audience as opposed to them just sharing it out, it allows you to go live from their page and then their groups. And did we add groups on this one?
Yeah, no, we didn't add groups. Okay. I forgot to add groups.
Okay, so like their groups that they own or whatever, and then their pages. So you could go live to their post as them for your feed. So they basically, their audience gets notified going live just like they would anywhere else. So it allows you to leverage a bigger audience. Plus the fact that it's easy, because like the reason why we would use tools like BeLive and other ones was because it was easy to bring in a guest or whatever. With this, it's simple because we just send them an email or a link, and then they just sign in and it's ready to go. So it's super simple. Well, it's not super simple. It's easier than like trying to do it through Wirecast, the Switcher Studio. It's funny, like all these services, like I love Wirecast, but trying to stream on YouTube and others is kind of a pain in the ass. Facebook and LinkedIn works flawlessly. And then like Switcher Studio is great like that, but then it's like really on your mobile, and then you have to kind of use a hack to get it. So every one of these services has something awesome about them. But there isn't one that just is all inclusive, awesome about everything. And I would say just so far, Social Live seems to be the one that has
all the features,
the features and capabilities. But it is, you gotta want it. Like this wasn't like an out of the box setup. Like I'm trying to learn, do the lower thirds. Like we have our what is it? Our graphic over there in the top. As you're looking in the top right corner.
The other thing to mention too is none of these, and we've talked about this on different live streams, is especially when it comes to LinkedIn Live, you have to have a third-party streaming service. So you have to, like, you can't. So Facebook, what's really cool about Facebook is you can just go and you guys know this. Facebook is like leaps and bounds ahead of everybody else, just because they have the funding. Like they're such a global. They dominate when it comes to this. So you can actually go live natively on Facebook. On LinkedIn, you can't do that yet. Supposedly they're working on it. I think it's going to be long down the road. Still love LinkedIn. Actually, and it's one of the platforms that Jason and I are really focusing on. And that's why we wanted to find a service. So we didn't have to go and share it out to every single one of our channels. We could just do it from one broadcast and have it go out to all our different channels. And that's exactly what's happening now.
I'm getting the link now because someone asked to drop the link for Social Live.
Oh yeah. Now I want to mention this too. We actually we started a partnership with Social Live. They're letting us run and basically play with the software for a couple of months and really get used to it. So we're going to keep doing this. We're going to try to make it easier and easier. There's an investment with this one. I'm just going to tell everybody that right up front. Like, I don't want you to go to Social Live. They do have a free account that you can get set up for like 7-day trial. But again, like Jason said, you're going to want Social Live. or you're going to have to want it because it's not a cheap investment.
Yeah, it's definitely not a cheap investment.
It's not the cheapest of them, but you can do a lot of cool things with it. The fact that you can stream to all these different platforms and have multiple pages as well. So why that's cool, if you have a personal page and a business page, you can stream to both. We talk about this a lot. People are like, well, I don't want to stream my, the same content to my personal and my business. And that's up to you. I'm streaming on my personal page and my Josh Pitts Live and our Shred Media. And you can actually, any page that you are a host of or that you manage, you can stream to that page. So you can have multiple accounts. And like I said here, so if you're just joining us, we have a lot of people jumping on from LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, Vimeo. We're streaming on all these platforms. And I'm 99.9% confident that we're the first ones, at least in the mortgage and real estate space, to ever do this. So this is pretty cool. This is exciting for us. So we appreciate you joining us this afternoon, hanging out with us. And if you are live with us, go ahead and drop a hashtag shred in the comments, because
I'm just laughing because it's like impossible to keep up with because we're live and
like so many different
channels. Yeah.
So Jason and I, that's why we have our phones out right here, because we're watching. I'm right now. I'm live
back
on
to
LinkedIn. I was just on Vimeo. I'm back.
How does it look on Vimeo?
It looked good from what I can see.
Okay, cool.
All right. So let me go back to Vimeo. Anyway, so streaming on Vimeo is definitely the hardest by far. Vimeo, and I'm not going to get into it, but you have to have a custom RMTP and you have to have a streaming key. I just said that, and I guarantee most of you. Woo. Yeah. So that's why I always recommend starting with Facebook. Facebook, the majority of you use it most frequently, and it's where the majority of your audience is. We talk about it all the time. You have to use Facebook as a CRM. If you're using it as a CRM, definitely start with Facebook and start streaming, start doing videos. The only reason we're doing this today is because LinkedIn, Facebook, Vimeo for the Community by Shred. We wanted to make sure we could actually stream to all these different platforms, and now we can. So technology is coming around, and it's just that it's one more way that you, all those listening and watching today and on live and on the replay, you just get to get your voice out there. You've got to absolutely dominate. Now is the time to be the digital mayor, as I like to call it. Own your space, own your community, and streaming live. Imagine doing this with a guest, having a guest on, streaming to their page, to your page. This just opens up so much opportunity. And as more and more people get approved for LinkedIn, being able to stream, many of you know, I've seen my streams. I had to use my iPad, my iPhone, and my laptop to be able to stream to all the different things. So it was a nightmare. It was so hard to do, hooking up different audio devices.
So I think what we'll do in the future when we do this, I'll have my laptop so I can have all the different lives open, because right now it's kind of hard to go between. But yeah, I mean, now the cool thing is it allows you to reach more audiences on different platforms. So between YouTube, Vimeo, and everything else, then we just get a wider. And we have never played around with Vimeo Live, so it's basically we're just testing that out. And when it comes down to it, it's all about reaching as many people as possible and helping people understand that do want to get more media, whether again, like the average industry professional probably isn't going to do all this stuff, but marketing departments and media departments of lenders and stuff like that do want to start doing shows, and which I highly recommend that you do. Look, that stuff works for other people in other industries. It could work for us too. I mean, what we do, if half the stuff that's out there, reality TV and stuff that people will watch, what we do in this industry is interesting to, the 100%. Ins and outs, someone that is finally able to nail down the behind the scenes of doing real, and I'm talking $1 million listing. I'm talking real estate, right? Non-scripted, behind the scenes struggle and what people have to deal
listing
with.
Isn't real. I'm just kidding. I'm totally just kidding.
I don't want to say anything, but no, it's not. And then you have the mortgage business, right? Yes, it's not sexy, but I think people would get a kick out of seeing the behind the scenes of the stuff that people would have to deal with. So, we're becoming in that age more and more. And so, we want to try these things out. And also, it's just part of what we do to, pioneer new ways of doing media and grabbing attention and creating an impact in our industry.
Yeah. And it's just a ton of fun. Hey, a couple of shout outs. Gary is joining us. On fire. Love it, fellows. And actually, here's a feature that I'm going to test out while we're here. So apparently one of the things that you can do, if you're on Facebook right now, I know that there's a way that we actually can see your comments and actually post them. Yeah.
Okay.
So if you're on Facebook,
because that would be cool if we could do that.
If you're on Facebook or LinkedIn,
I wonder if that shows across all the feeds.
it should. Yeah.
Oh, interesting. So I'll stay
Manage
on LinkedIn.
Feedback comments. Whoa.
Oh. Did we just? What did you do?
I don't know.
What did you do?
Manage comments. Guys, so if you're still live, hopefully everybody's still live here.
I'm still watching. We'll see if it is.
So I don't know what happened. I don't know where it went.
Oh, did we lose our camera feed too?
No, I don't think. That's what I don't know.
So it looks like we're still live.
You don't have permission to this broadcast event. Okay,
awesome. So I guess that's not going to work.
How
do you get back to the camera?
Oh, there we go.
All right, we're back.
So I know there's a way to actually to find comments, guys. So we're gonna have to play with that a little bit. But one of the things everybody knows why I like Be Live is you can actually throw up comments. No, put up. That sounds terrible. You can put up comments. Brian Olson still live here. Awesome, thanks. Lance Lay still here. We see you. You are live. We see you. Hey, thanks so much, everybody. I really appreciate everybody getting engaged. So Fern, thank you for commenting. Lance Lay, thanks for coming. Brian Olson, one of our fellow Wallsburgians. So thanks for joining us here live.
Did you just make that up?
No, that's really what I think it's Wallsburg. Actually, it might be the Wallsburgers.
Nice.
So, Brian, you can actually correct me. I can't remember what people who live in Wallsburg. Are we Wallsburgers or Wallsburgians?
I guess I'm a daybreaker.
You're a daybreaker.
A daybreaker.
Yeah, you're a daybreaker.
Daybreaker.
So Utahns, I know that for sure.
Utahns and daybreakers
for sure. Utahnians. Guys, we're excited to be having a lot of fun here at Shred. There's so many things that we're excited to bring to you guys here really quick. We have some new shows that we're about to release that we are stoked about. Like they're so just different. And that's what Jason and I have continue to try to do is bring you the most relevant content, the most up-to-date that's going to actually help you, whether it's in business, personal, whatever it is. We want to keep bringing you.
Hey, you know what? I want to bring this up. Just because we're doing live and actually instead of for those of the, we have a lot of people here. For those that have actually hung with us to watch us fool around, try to figure out how to get live on all these different channels. Let's actually give them some value. So,
of course,
I posted this a couple days ago. So, we work with a lot of vendors that are direct connect to Facebook. So APIs, direct integration partners. And so one thing that we wanted to bring, or one thing that I posted about yesterday is when there was that outage with Facebook and basically all their properties, from what we understand is one of the reasons that happened is because they were doing an algorithm change. And so one thing that I've noticed in a lot of social media mastermind groups and a lot of other Facebook groups is people talking about their engagement dropping, likes, shares, especially on Instagram. Some people that were, talking about hundreds of, going from hundreds to not hundreds to, less than 10, right? Like, so a lot of people were, and now again, the algorithm, it takes time and will find its way again. So letting you know that when that outage happened, it looks like it was due to them changing the algorithm. And so if your engagement has been dropping, and we've seen it, a lot of people talk about that. If your engagements are dropping, don't worry about it. It's just the algorithm resetting itself. But for those of you that are on LinkedIn, understand they changed their algorithm as well. So if you've noticed that, because I noticed that my engagement changed up a little bit from what I had before.
Yep.
But then noticing that there was a more of a the way the algorithm works for pretty much every channel. Now, the way that it scores certain engagement is different. But people, like, for example, Facebook has like a scoring system where it weighs comments to likes to shares and to time actually watching a video and stuff like that. LinkedIn does the same. Instagram does the same. But it looks like LinkedIn is putting a lot more weight on comments now. So when you are doing, you're doing either live on LinkedIn, whether you're doing, images, also looks like if you link out, like doing links in LinkedIn to take them off platform, that hurts as well. So long form posts seem to be the killer. So long form posts that would spark a conversation or a debate, and again, not stupid, not Facebook nonsense, but in LinkedIn specifically, just like talking about whatever thought leadership posts. Don't Instagram your LinkedIn. I always say that don't use a million freaking hashtags. Use like 4 or 5 tops in LinkedIn. But doing comments, that seems to be what LinkedIn likes. And then also direct video, right? So don't be putting in links to YouTube or Vimeo or anywhere else. upload your video directly to LinkedIn. LinkedIn seems to weigh that more, weighs comments more, weighs long form text posts more, not so much images and not so much external links to other sources that take you off platform. Now, if you guys remember years back when Facebook started messing around with their algorithm more, doing stuff where you linked out YouTube, you used to be able to play it in the feed, not anymore. Now you have to link back out because they want everything in platform. They want you to stay in their platform. So think about that when you're doing your content. Think about that with Facebook. Now, who knows what's going to end up being what Facebook or Instagram weighs more now when it comes to the algorithm. So don't worry about the engagement. That, you know, at the end of the day, like whoever, if you're creating the right audience, they're going to be engaged regardless of whatever the algorithm is doing. Because I'll tell you right now, on my business Facebook page, Jason Frazier, which is the snarky marketer that I do, I post whenever, and I'm getting I'm reaching anywhere from, at the least, every post is reaching at least 750 people up to 2,000 people.
Yep.
So, and I'm not doing it like sometimes I do it in the midday, sometimes I do it in the evening, sometimes I do it in the morning. It's just, it seems the people that engage with your content, they're going to see it no matter what the algorithm is doing.
Yeah, and I'm really glad you mentioned that at the end, Jason, just because algorithms, yes, they are somewhat important, but for the majority of all you who are listening, who are engaging with us right now, just post. Like, that's the biggest thing. Is most of us don't post enough. As a matter of fact, I'll share a link. One of our team members, Dalich, she shared a link with me recently, and let's see if I can pull it up real quick. I know I can actually share it up here. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it or not.
That's cool.
But Gary Vaynerchuk, everybody knows that we follow Gary a lot. He puts out a lot of great content, but he recently had a post, and Dal, I'll maybe even have you throw it in the link or the comments below, depending on where everybody is at. But Gary recently talked about how you could post 100 times a day. And of course, I can't find the link now because it's when you're trying to find it. Oh yeah, right here. Posting 100 times a day. And this is really interesting because I want to share a piece of this. So posting 100 times a day is not as crazy as it sounds. And he actually goes into detail about how to actually post 100 times a day. Again, most of you are like 100 times a day. It's ridiculous. But what I'm trying to point out and what I'm trying to get at is just be willing to post as frequently as you feel comfortable with. Like you could, right now, Jason and I are playing. I really like that Jason said, don't treat LinkedIn as Instagram. It's something I've been playing with. Many of you know, I've been posting a lot of images on there, and Jason's right. They definitely don't get as much engagement, but that's something we're trying. We're trying to figure it out. There we go. Dal just dropped
the link. So
dropped the link. So thanks so much, Dal. Listen to this. It's a podcast. It's a pretty cool. Everybody knows that we're fans of Gary Vaynerchuk. Whether you love him, you hate him. I will admit, parental advisory with Gary. He definitely uses some language that probably wouldn't listen to it when the kids are around. But he makes some really good points. Hey, Bill Stevens, thanks for showing up. Shred, thanks. I appreciate you joining.
Live long and prosper, Bill.
Live long and prosper, Bill. So thanks, Dal, for dropping that in. But it just goes to show that content, you can put as much content, and you're probably thinking in the back of your mind, well, like, if I'm posting 100 times a day, people are going to get sick of me. They're really not. Like, and being able to post, I would feel very confident that most of us, even us, being able to put out that much content, posting 100 times a day is incredibly hard. I'm not telling you to do it. I'm just saying that you could put out that much content and still it wouldn't be enough. Like, just put out as much as you can and as much as you have time for too. Like, just do something.
And remember, and I say this all the time, Josh does too. Like, you're going to hear a lot of, you will hear a lot of people, so-called gurus, experts, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Like Gary Vee, same thing, is talking about you could do this, you could do that. Now, understand their business, everybody's business, their sphere, their audience, and their content is different, right?
Very
now, when I always take, I take what Gary says and see how it could work for me. I don't ever take what Gary says in regards to his own audience now as like, oh, I could do this because I'm getting this.
Right.
Like, Gary could just put, he's put up content that I think hasn't been good, but he's still going to get a ton of engagement on it because he's Gary Vee, right? Yep. So that's what I'm saying. And don't get me wrong, I'm not putting a dig at Gary. Gary is one of the catalysts for me building my personal brand and everything. Just so I'm all about Gary Vee. I'm just saying that when you hear someone, don't think you could just take it and it's going to work. And then you also hear, and this is what I mentioned, like with my business Facebook page is, right, people say, organic reach on business Facebook page is dead. And I've put up stats before on my business page without any paid advertising whatsoever. And I'll tell you right now, with 100% is not dead. It's shitty content is dead. That's really what's dead.
100%.
And so you're going to hear a lot of gurus, experts talk about, oh, you can only do videos 2 minutes long, blah, blah, blah. I'll tell you right now, if you want to know when the best time to post is, how long your videos should be, what kind of content you should do, your audience will tell you, right?
Absolutely.
If you're putting stuff up and you're getting nothing, probably the content, right?
Yep.
Try different time, and you try different times, right? Try like Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, Tuesdays and Thursdays. Try in the morning, afternoon, at night. And then once you find that sweet spot, that's why I generally will post in the early morning, because that's when I get the best engagement, right? So that's when I'll post. But sometimes I just want to post when I feel like posting, and so I'll do that too. Don't kill yourself over that. What you need to start doing is listening to the practitioners that do this stuff every day as like part of their job, as opposed to people like even Josh and I, who are a media company that does this stuff as our job, but we're not also loan officers, doing, loan officer stuff during the day, or real estate stuff during the day, or whatever, right? Like, we're doing what we do on a media side. So even us as practitioners, we could give you best practices and what we've seen work best, but you need to take that data and that information and use it for you, because we could say 2 minutes, but guess what? Maybe 10-minute videos for you kill, right? So continue to do 10-minute videos, no matter who says what or who does what.
We lost our feed on LinkedIn. Oh, it's back. So anyway, with that, guys, we hopefully there was a lot of great information we shared. I'm not bragging. I'm not trying to pat ourselves on the back, but
wow, that was very braggadocious.
I'm sorry. I apologize, guys.
This was probably the greatest live feed you've seen all day.
Best. Basically, any other content
everything else just sucks, but that was good.
But guys, we all, as always, we appreciate you guys hanging out with us as we continue to use new services, new tools, and hopefully, again, if you're getting into streaming, if you're really starting to put out video, putting out content, which you should be, you really should be. It doesn't matter what industry you're in, doesn't matter what your background is. Document, don't create. And this is just one other way, using live video. It's very raw, very authentic. As you can see, we've made mistakes through this. We're not perfect. We're not perfectly polished, but it's very transparent. The word authentic is something that, Jason and I try to stay away from, because it's just overly used, but we try to be as transparent as possible. And we try to give you the best information, the best content that we possibly can.
Keeps it real.
We keeps it real. Yeah. So with that, we really appreciate you hanging out with us this afternoon. Everybody from Facebook to LinkedIn, Vimeo, YouTube, Twitter, we've got them all this afternoon. So thanks so much for hanging out with us, and I look forward to continuing to do live videos every single day. We're going to start coming back to our guests, and we got some really great people we're partnering with. You actually also, I don't know if you noticed, but we got our banner up in the background, so hopefully you guys like it. If you love our banner in the background, Bill Stevens, humble brag. Thanks, Bill. Appreciate that. If you like our background, our purple background, it's the purple shred. So comment hashtag purple if you're liking the background, because I am. I'm a big fan of purple. It's a good look. So anyway, we're excited. We appreciate you guys always, and you got to continue to show up, hustle,
and repeat every day. Happy